Hey guys, this is Cheney77, coach of the Brisbane Heatrans, here with week 1 of the ICL. This week we're going up against Combat and the San Diego Chargers. His team consists of Megaladios, Infernate, Empoleon, Scolipede, Aerodactyl, Manectric, Torterra, Azumarill, Frostlass, Volbeat, and Snorlax. So we had the potential of a Lardy twin face-off, but as you can see, he decided not to bring it. Just for a quick rundown of my team, I brought a adamant banded, reckless Mienshao, because the only thing that can take a high jump kick on his team is Scolipede. Scolipede can take one, and I guess Volbeat can take one. Azumarill can take one. Frostlass can take one, and Latios can take one. Outside of that, everything else gets nuked, and yeah. So I had other coverage to deal with those, but his team has a big sort of speed tier drop, or big speed tier gap. So I kind of wanted to take advantage of that and run. So I ran max HP, max attack, Mienshao, because I can take a hit from Scolipede, and actually I can take a hit from a lot of things, provided it's not stab super effective. Then I brought a bulky Heatran, even though I said I would not bring a bulky Heatran. I brought a bulky Heatran with Choppleberry, with Rocks, Lava Plume, Earth Power, and Taunt. Especially defensive, to take a hit from Megaladios, because Megaladios is a thing. Scarf Greninja with Night Slash, Gunk Shot, Low Kick, and U-Turn. I changed U-Turn from Waterfall, sort of kind of last minute, because I felt like he would bring a more balanced team than the one he brought, and I thought pivoting would be more useful than trying to take out the likes of Aerodactyl and Infernate, which I didn't think both would come, to be honest, because Aerodactyl really doesn't do much against my team. I mean, he could use it to take on Tangrowth, but Infernate kind of does that already, special Infernate, so not really sure about the thought process there. But yeah, he brought both of them, and yeah, not packing Waterfall was probably a mistake. Then we got Carmine Latias, physically defensive to take a Megahorn, Life Orb Megahorn, Adamant Megahorn from Scolipede, which is ridiculous that Megaladios can actually take a super effective stab Adamant Life Orb hit from Scolipede. He has no dark Pokemon, so I ran Roost, Sub, Carmine, Psyshock. I didn't want to run Stored Power because of the possibility of him setting up with either Scolipede or Azumarill, and because I can take a hit from both of them, I can, hit them back with Psyshock instead, but if I had Stored Power, I wouldn't be able to get off that hit, a significant hit to kill. So that is why I ran Psyshock over Stored Power. a pseudo bulky Zapdos enough to take one hit after rocks with Charty Berry, and the rest in attack or special attack. So it had Roost, T-Wave, Volt Switch, Heat Wave, and Carmine Suicune. I brought Carmine because I wanted to take on his Manectric a little better. So I had Rest, Sleep Talk, Carmine, Scold, but I don't think that was the right set. I think a better set would have been Carmine and 3 attacks. But I didn't really want to get... Nah, I think this was an okay set. Because its job, it had to check a physical... You had to check Scolipede. Had to check a physical... Infernape. Well, Latios could have done that as well. Its main job was to take care of Scolipede. Because otherwise that thing just wrecks shop. But anyway, to get into the game, I'm looking at his team. I'm seeing, alright, Rockers, Infernape, Torterra, and Aerodactyl. I can beat Infernape. I got Earth Power. If he goes for close combat, I have Trouble Berry, kill it. Torterra, I kill with Lava Plume. Aerodactyl, he should be fearing the Steel move. Alright, so easy, go Heatran, set up my rocks. Totally ignoring the fact that he has an Empoleon. So I completely missed the fact that he has an Empoleon, and he actually leads Empoleon. And I'm like, bugger. Well, he's probably going to set up rocks. I could taunt, but I want to go into Mega Latias and start setting up. But instead, I click Suicune, and before I can cancel, Suicune is sent out. So that's awesome, and as you see, he sets up the rocks. Also, this game was played when Showdown was doing its upgrade, so we had a lot of disconnects, reconnects, and this game took probably twice as long as it should. Anyway, wanted to go into Mega Latias, went into Suicune instead, but the play is still the same. It's Calm Mind. If he has Raw, I want to see if he has it, but as you see, he has knockoff, so knocks off my leftovers. That's not too bad. And I click Calm Mind again because I wanted to see if he had the Raw. He didn't. Goes into this Cancer of a Mon, and I break through Confusion and able to get off a +2 Scold. Now here, I'm pretty sure he's going to status me. Either T-Wave or Toxic. And I considered going to Zapdos, which I think would have been a good play. But if he had Toxic, I didn't want to risk the Zapdos getting Toxic because it was kind of a secondary Scolipede check. So just in case that were to happen, I stay in with Suicune, and he has the Thunder Wave, which means if I went into my Zapdos, that I would have been sweet, and I'm able to kill this thing. Now he sends out the threat. I know he has to Swords Dance here because he cannot kill me. He cannot 2-hit KO me unless he Swords Dances. So I know I have at least one turn. I have to hit one of these next 2 turns. The first turn I get paralyzed, fine. I'm praying that I can break through. As you see that I live, and I am able to get through, break through, do huge damage. Unluckily not snag the burn, but that's okay. We can't always have the hacks. And now I'm able to go into my Zapdos. That damage also confirmed that he was jolly, which means that I could definitely, I couldn't live an Adamant poison jab, but I can live a jolly poison jab after rocks. So I go into Zapdos, not wanting to miss with Heat Wave. I click Volt Switch, and this gives me the perfect opportunity to go into Greninja. This just meant that this just gave me a pivot because I had U-turn and I was Scarf. I can outspeed everything. So if he sent out one of his defensive mons, I could U-turn, but he went out to Infernape, and right now I'm really I thought him bringing out Infernape meant that he was Scarfed, because otherwise, you know, a Hydro Pump does significant damage if I was a normal Greninja. So but he reveals Vacuum Wave, so if I had just gone for, if I had just been the normal Greninja set, I would have been able to kill him with Hydro Pump, or even, and Waterfall would have done a significant damage too, but instead I U-turn. Because he revealed the Vacuum Wave, I'm thinking he's a specially orientated Infernape, and Mega Latias just eats up all special hits from Infernape. So I go into Mega Latias and I start Carmining up, because he has nothing for Mega Latias, absolutely nothing. I can 1v1 this thing, because as you see, Knockoff doesn't even break my sub. So I'm just able to Carmine, sub, Carmine, sub, Carmine, eventually, and I will eventually beat this thing. So barring, you know, any crits, I've basically, you know, secured this game. This Torterra set is interesting because I don't know when he would have set up on me. Like, if you look at my team, Mienshao one-hit KOs, Heatran can pretty much one-hit KO with Lava Plume. It's not weak. Greninja, if it was normal, usually carries Ice Beam. That would kill. Latias is a beast. Zapdos with Heat Wave would have done significant damage. I mean, Suicune is the only possible one, but even then I can carry Ice Beam and kill it. So, not really sure about this Torterra. As we see, this is why if I had stored power right here, that thing would have dropped, and this crunch damage there wouldn't have been no crunch damage. So we see here that, yeah, I roost, and he makes a nice play and goes for Swords Dance, as I roost again because I wanted to be nice and healthy. As you saw, he did, what, 36 damage, and I was at about 72 or something like that. I was at 73, which means if he does 36, I go down to 28, and I'm actually in range of Aerodactyl's crunch from that range, because Aerodactyl's crunch, assuming Jolly max attack, does 31. So I roost up here instead of killing him, as yeah, he makes the nice prediction, goes to Swords Dance, goes off a significant chunk of damage, but I'm able to kill him, and now I just win because, you know, nothing can kill me. I live Aerodactyl's crunch, except he crits me, so no, I don't win. In fact, right now I lose because I don't have Waterfall on Greninja. I can't outspeed this thing and kill it. So I go into Mienshao, bluff the Scarf. He takes it, that thing just drops. That thing is definitely not living. Vacuum Wave, that's cute. Die. So I think he switched out because he feared Scarf. Sadly, I wasn't Scarfed, as he actually reveals to be Power Herb Sky Attack, which is pretty cool. That's a neat set. But you know, the only thing I can hope for is a crit Night Slash. If I had Waterfall, that thing would have dropped. And it's regrets, but Pokemon is Pokemon. You win some, you lose some to hacks. But yeah, that was week 1. It was a good game, combat, and hopefully we won't get hacked so bad next week. I hope you guys enjoyed that.